From Minnesota to Texas, I'm Nexus, and today we are talking about who was in the wrong, Will Smith or Chris Rock. Let's get started. Okay, so this was expected to be talked about. Just about everyone has been doing these videos now about who was in the wrong, about the whole situation that went down and everything. Yeah, so a lot happened. So for those of you who don't know, comedian Chris Rock made a joke on stage about Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, and he walked up and smacked him, and then proceeded to walk away and cuss him out. The big debate that's happening right now is who was in the wrong? Was Chris Rock in the wrong for making the joke? Or was Will Smith in the wrong for walking up and slapping him? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. So, before we continue, here's the clip.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? that was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay.
So as I explained, that's what happened. So the reason why I'm bringing this up and why I want to talk about it, why something like this is kind of out of the norm, is because me personally, I grew up a gigantic comedian fan. I love comedy. I love stand-up comedy. And the unfortunate thing is, as of the recent, stand-up comedy has been, I don't want to say it's dying, but it's been really, really rolling downhill. And the reason I say that is because it seems like whether they're a Netflix special, YouTube, or just already a previously world-renowned comedian, it seems like everyone's just kind of getting heat for jokes that they make. And honestly, that's the point. You're supposed to take a realistic situation and make it funny. And personally, I really love dark humor, so what tends to be the most controversial humor is my favorite humor. I just think it's really funny. I've always been the type of guy where when something bad happens to me in my life and situation, I make a joke about it. And yeah, so the reason why I think this is really such a big issue, and not because it's become a meme now, or because it's the whole one person fighting another saying, oh, who was actually in the right, who was actually in the wrong, who should have done what, people saying that Chris Rock is insensitive about what he said, and obviously the other half saying Will Smith, pretty much what he did was a shameful act. He should not have walked up there and did that. Now, there's a lot of things I'm going to point out in this video that we just watched, and I will be every now and then bringing it up here and there to show comparisons about what I'm saying. So the first thing, the joke that was made.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Now, for those who don't know, she suffers from a disease that makes her lose hair, or suffers from hair loss. And according to, I guess you could say, rumors or speculations, Chris Rock didn't know this, and he made the joke. He was just, commenting on her hairstyle. That was it. Now, there's obviously the side that's defending Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith, saying that, they're public about their, their life and stuff like that. He should have known that. Well, to be honest with you, I didn't know that, and I'm sure many, many other people didn't know that either. So it's not just because they're celebrities doesn't mean he has to follow and know every single thing about said person. The next thing, when he makes that joke, and I'm going to show a clip here as well, you quite literally see Will Smith laughing at it.
Can't wait to see it, all right?
Which means he also took it as a joke, because, for those who don't know, Will Smith has had his fair share in comedy as well, so I'm sure he knew it was a joke. But as you see, when you look at Jada, she immediately starts frowning. She like rolls her eyes and becomes very angry, very visibly as well. And it's not long after that you see Chris Rock say, "Uh-oh," and then boom, Will Smith walks up there and slaps him.
Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow.
It was clear from the start that Will Smith took it as a joke, and the only reason why he did what he did was more than likely because Jada told him to do that, or she might, because you don't really see what happens. The camera turns back to Chris Rock, so you don't actually see what, if anything, was said, which caused him to walk up there. Because the last thing we see is Will Smith laughing. So that really caught a lot of people off guard. It threw people off. And then the next major issue that I have is people defending or fighting over. Okay, now who was in the wrong? So let's say Chris Rock was aware of the disease that she has. He knew of it or not. It doesn't really matter at this point, to be honest. He's a comedian. His job is quite literally to take, like I said, realistic situations and make people uncomfortable, make people laugh, make people have a good time with it. And as they didn't, it quite literally looked like everyone was having a good time. My next issue is people defending Will Smith over it. I'll see a lot of people doing the whole, oh, he defended his family, or he was defending his wife's honor. Oh, he was doing this, or oh, he was doing... Still, there's no reason for him to walk up there and slap him. And the reason why I take a big issue with what he did is because, again, this is the reason why comedy's dying, is because of stupid acts like that. What's to say for the future comedians now? Now they're gonna have to triple, quadruple check what they're gonna say now in fear that somebody's gonna attack them. And this goes for every comedian, whether they're big or small. It just seems like Will Smith just opened the door for anybody to just walk on stage and just attack the comedian because you got offended by what they said. I honestly think that's really stupid. It's not okay. Especially, as like I said as well, I'm a huge comedy fan. I'm sure a lot of comedy fans agree with this as well, that Will Smith just, who knows, for all we know, he might have just ended comedy because of that stupid act that he did. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of people who are still going to perform, and I know a lot of people are going to say, like, oh, no, that's not going to kill comedy. And that might be true, but it definitely sets it in stone that comedy isn't safe anymore now. We already had Dave Chappelle already being targeted by the trans community because of the jokes he was making, and despite that he had permission, and he was did one of his I believe it was his last stand-up in honor of one of his friends that was trans, he got absolutely targeted by the entire community and more. And now what Will Smith just did is backed it all up essentially, but now rather than just to say the trans community on its own, just comedy in general, the whole comedy as a whole, yeah, that's a little scary. And I'm sure every comedian knows, whether they care or not, I'm sure it's gonna be in the back of their mind like, oh, am I gonna get attacked now? And I'm sure there's a lot of comedians who are gonna go out there and start already making jokes about this whole situation, and that's perfectly fine. I hope they do. But yeah, so I guess the big question is, who was actually in the wrong? Was Chris Rock in the wrong for making the joke? Or was Will Smith in the wrong for slapping him publicly in front of 7 million people worldwide on TV? Well, the technical answer is Will Smith. He was in the wrong for what he did. I personally don't think what Chris Rock said or anything that he said was wrong at all. He's doing what he's paid to do, make jokes, and that's exactly what he did. And of all the jokes he could have made, all the jokes he could have said, he got hit for that one? I mean, he even says it. He even says something along the lines of like, that was a little joke or something like that. Like,
that was a nice one. Okay.
So it's kind of weird that he got attacked for that one. I mean, I could have made so many jokes about the whole thing with the August situation. And speaking of the August situation, that's actually leading to my next point about who was actually wrong. So now, as I ended off there, I said technically Will Smith is in the wrong, but the person I really blame, the person I really think is in the wrong, is actually Jada Pinkett Smith herself. Going back, I forgot what year it was. What was it? 2018, 2019, 2020? I already forgot. But we all know the very famous interview with Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith when she brings up this entanglement. Now, I'm not going to play the whole clip or anything, but we all know the huge meme that was made of Will Smith's face, of him visibly angry, sad, probably being broken on the inside. You could tell he was very hurt and crushed by what she had said and what she had done. And with all people, her son's friend of all things. That alone right there, personally, I think she's just a terrible person just for what she did. And then shortly after that, and then I'm assuming this is, again, this is all speculation, this is all assumptions and my theories and stuff. Shortly after that, then there's the public announcement of the whole, oh, they're in an open marriage, they're in an open relationship. It's always been like that. If it really was, do you think Will Smith would have reacted the way he did? So I think that was mainly the open relationship thing was used as a way to hide a possible broken marriage, or possibly to cover up any kind of type of publicity of, oh, Will Smith was cheated on, oh, Jada Pinkett Smith is, she's a cheater, whatever. I think he was just succumbed by blind love, that he probably just instantly forgave her and went along with the whole open relationship thing just to cover it. Who knows, maybe he's doing this for his family, for his kids. Maybe he doesn't want to end up on a stereotype of, oh, celebrities can never have a long-lasting marriage. They always end up in divorce in some way or another. And maybe he was trying to avoid that. There's a lot of things that can go into play here. But it's quite visible that what she did hurt him. And I believe I did a little bit of research, and I am pretty sure I saw something about Will Smith wrote a book, and he was talking about he no longer wants to be pictured as the nice guy. He just wants to be real, or something along the lines of that. Now leading up to this situation, again, he was laughing, she wasn't. And it is more than likely that just as the camera switched, she probably said something like, stop him, do something about it, whatever. And so he went up there and he slapped him. Again, the technical person in the wrong is probably Will Smith, but the mastermind, the person who's actually in the wrong, is Jada Pinkett Smith, in my opinion. I think she's the reason for any of that happened. And if she wasn't there, had he divorced her back during the cheating situation, all that, and this all built up to where we are now, the slap probably would have never happened if it wasn't for her. And she's just too sensitive. People get roasted. There's always jokes being made. There's always a comedian there. She couldn't take the joke, so she has somebody go out there and insult a comedian for her sake. I don't know. Those are just my 2 cents, I guess. I just wanted to talk about the situation. I thought it was something interesting, something to, I guess, throw my 2 cents in there. I just wanted to kind of get this out off my chest while it's still kind of a mainstream public thing at the moment. But yeah, if you have your thoughts or opinions, anything to add, anything to say against what I just said, please let me know in the comments, and I will catch you all in the next video.